I want to circle back to you being the lead of Women King, and we're at, I think it's 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, 66 million domestic. They couldn't have been more wrong.
Jennifer Lawrence is addressing the many who called out her false statement during her chat with Viola Davis for Variety's Actors on Actors. When Jennifer brought up the success of Viola's The Woman King, she referred to her own action heroine past.
I remember when I was doing Hunger Games, nobody had ever put a woman in the lead of an action movie because it wouldn't work. We were told.
So of course, the list of actresses who have been the lead in an action film is long, and Jennifer's name trended on Twitter as people corrected her. The day after Variety released the sit-down featuring The Blunder, Jennifer spoke to The Hollywood Reporter, saying, "That's certainly not what I meant to say at all. I know that I'm not the only woman who's ever led an action film. What I meant to emphasize was how good it feels. And I meant that with Viola, to blow past these old myths that you hear about the chatter that you would hear around that kind of thing. It was my blunder, and it came out wrong. I had nerves talking to a living legend." Which is fine. Like, we all make mistakes. Yeah, Jennifer made a blunder. It's not the end of the world. But then she goes on to talk about this concept of quotes being taken out of context. So she says, "One time I was quoted saying that Donald Trump was responsible for hurricanes. I felt that one was so ridiculous, that it was so stupid, I didn't need to comment. But this one I was like, I think I want to clarify. I mean, good thing that she did, but I'm so tired of celebrities using this excuse of, it's taken out of context. Like, putting the blame on someone else. Like, no, Jennifer, like, we saw the whole context. I watched the whole episode. I saw the setup, I saw what you were saying, and then you said that. You were flat out wrong. It's not taken out of context. You said those words and they were wrong. It's not a big deal." Like, I mean, just a few days ago, I did a segment on Selena Gomez's upcoming new album. And I said that it'll be her first new album in 8 years. Flat out wrong. Rare came out in January 2020, so it'll be 3 years. And I don't even know how I even thought that, because in this segment I also referred to the singles from that album. But somehow, got in my head that it was 8 years. I said 8 years. I was flat out wrong. It wasn't taken out of context. And when people commented on that video saying, pointing that mistake out, I said, yep, totally wrong. Don't know how I did it. I apologize. Flat out wrong. Nobody else's fault. So Jen, just take the blame. Just take the blame. It's not a huge blunder. No one's going to cancel you. Just take the blame that you made a mistake. It wasn't taken into context. But what do you think of Jennifer clarifying her action heroine past?